Saturday content creation day. I'm gonna give you the 5 best ways to promote your music. It is so unbelievably powerful, regardless of the size of fandom that you have. If it is 100 people, it is still deadly good. Welcome back. So look, marketing has always been such a pain point for me. I don't like it because what is marketing? Marketing is the process of getting the word out about what you're doing, which means you have to make content and you have to post. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 best ways to promote your music, but it's 2025. So I really want to focus on what worked in 2024 because my mission with today's video is to give you practical things that you can do today so that you can start growing and getting followers. So if that sounds good, please give this video a big thumbs up and let's keep going. All right. For context, I am a lawyer of over 10 years, but before I was a lawyer, I was and still am a music artist. Now for me, marketing has always been such a pain point. I had to rip off the Band-Aid in 2018. I was very inspired by Gary Vaynerchuk and he's like, just do it. I'm like, okay. And so I started this process of what just felt like just vanity pictures and videos. It felt terrible. It still feels terrible, to be honest. But what I've realized is that in promoting 3 different brands, right, that have 3 different missions. One of them is my music brands, which is Miss Krystle, and I do music. I'm an independent artist. I do dark pop. So that's a certain brand. It's a certain way I represent myself online. I also have Top Music Attorney. Top Music Attorney is where I have niched down very much to like music business only. I want to help. I want to educate. So that's what we focus on. And then I have my law firm, which is Delgado Entertainment Law. And what's been helpful is that me figuring out how to promote something as boring as being a lawyer and getting posts to go viral all the way over to what should be pretty easy, right? Promoting music and doing something that's edgy and having post after post flop. In other words, to basically go from 0 to 500,000 followers in 2.5 years. We're going to focus on the 5 best methods that I personally know to work across the board, starting with platform selection. So here was my thought in 2024. I say it's a volume game because here's the thing, especially if you have a very small following, well then getting a little bit of viewership on one platform, a little more on another, I go, well, have at least 3. My rule of thumb was pick at least 3 platforms, and then even if it's the exact same content, post it everywhere. My general philosophy, and let me know if you agree, is that most people use one social media app and stick with that app. So for example, if they like to be on Instagram, if they like to be on TikTok, people generally stay on that platform and they're not going to like bounce between different apps throughout the day. So meaning them seeing the same post from your one platform to your other platform, so what? And most people just aren't going to see it. So if you're going to take the time to take a picture, to put together a video, post it everywhere. Now, where I am pivoting a tiny bit is that I still have that same philosophy. However, I do want to hyper-focus on one platform. And this is kind of my homework tip for you. I still think that you need to be posting your content everywhere humanly possible and utilize these platforms, these tools like Hootsuite, right? Or Metricool. Metricool is cheaper, PS. That's the one I'm using right now. So just meaning you can just schedule the post to go out into all the places and it saves you a whole bunch of time posting. But I really want you to focus on growing one platform because I find that if you hyper focus, you have a tendency to do more. If you're like, Instagram is my place, I'm doing it. So you're going to post more, you're going to do more stories, you're going to really focus on cultivating that audience and having at least one platform that is your home base, I think has this psychological kind of connection of you will end up doing more versus if you do a ton and you're like, oh, nothing's really working, there's only a little bit of here and here and here, you may end up incentivizing yourself to create more. So what I want you to do is really hyper focus on growing one platform, whatever platform is doing the best for you in 2025. And then if you can, post your same content everywhere else, do it. Don't care about how it performs, whatever, just post it. And then my standard stuff, make sure you have a username that you like, right? You're growing a brand, so changing the username later on, it can get tough. And then make sure that username is the same across the board, so meaning across all social media profiles so people can find you. And then I'm gonna have a little mini list of pro tips, okay? So make sure you stay until the end. But moving on to my second best method on how to promote your music, work better not harder. Okay, so my general recommendation is that I'm real busy. Everyone is typically very busy. Fill up your time with whatever, family, friends, work. And so making time to make content can be kind of a difficult challenge, right? Fair enough. So when you do create content, I'm a huge fan of bulk content creation. So setting aside, let's say, a couple of hours on an early Saturday to just do a bunch of different pieces of content, pictures and videos, but you do it in one big burst because then you're done, usually for a couple of weeks. And it also allows you to just kind of get into this creative vibe. I promise, like once you get in a few different things that you've made, you're kind of rolling. It becomes very fun. Now, the way that you can even like double and triple the value of your time spent is, for example, if you have a second device, if you have like an old phone that you don't use anymore, something that can capture video, what you can do is you can document your process of making content, right? So number one, behind the scenes. If you set up your phone and actually capture what it's like for you to create content, I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? Viral trends where someone is showing them making the viral trend, that ends up going viral. And in fact, you just ended up creating 2 pieces of content at the same time. Another way is to actually go live. So actually, while you are making the content, you go live. It's great for the algorithm on any platform that you use. So let's say Instagram again as our case sample. If you're going live on Instagram and you're just letting it roll, some people just love to sit there and just be a part of what you are doing. It doesn't have to be super exciting. You don't have to give a speech, right? But also you can trigger the algorithm, really good for that. Engage the community that does check in to say hi. And this actually goes to one of our tips that's really important that we're going to get to, which is audience harvesting. But we'll get to that in just a second. Another way you can double up on your effort are pictures. Really important. If you are making content, for my girls out there, you took time to do your makeup, you took time to do your hair. So just like take a quick picture and then you could change your top. Literally do threesies, change your top and do 3 different pictures, which are 3 different days, right? Worth of content. And me personally, because I really like to do a lot of video, what I do is I do the video with the new outfit that I'm wearing, and then at the end of it, the last thing I do is I take pictures. They might be selfies, they might be pictures in the mirror. Find some place you feel comfortable and take a picture. And then for my boys out there, same thing, right? If you get dressed up or you put on your headphones, you're in the studio, like, I don't know what you're doing, but people want to see you. If they're following your social media, they want to see your face. So please take the time to do this and just know that it doesn't feel good. And in fact, I'm gonna insert a video right here. And so I just documented for my attorneys literally what I was doing, but I think it's helpful. So why don't you watch that? Saturday content creation day. How to make a lot of content. 1, clothing. Check. Different outfits means different days, allegedly. 2, lighting. I bought a couple of these LED panels on Amazon. Bling! Or if you don't want to spend money on lighting, ta-da! Natural lighting really is the absolute best. It's just you can't quite control where it is if you're doing like ongoing content. 3, write out your ideas. These are video ideas. 6, obviously that's enough-ish for the week. It's very easy in this process just to get super overwhelmed. So I'm like, let's just do bite-sized pieces. And then if I do more, yay on me. And because this can take a few hours, eat something. My first idea that I'm working on is that people misspell my name, and I really don't like it. And I have a whiteboard, and we had this whole mission last night to hang up the whiteboard so I could do this, and then I just forgot. Path of least resistance, just put it on something. That is not the correct spelling of my name. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do this video, but it's about having the idea, getting ready. Oh yeah, that wasn't on the list. 5, fix your face. And then, really the pro tip, ignore self-doubt and just do it. I always have to talk myself into this. I'm like, why am I doing this? I have other things to be doing. Oh my gosh. If you found this video helpful, give me a heart or whatever. Okay, so even in that video, I'm literally showing you my process in real time. It was a short 1-ish minute video, and it was a way to double dip, literally as I was trying to get ready, just documenting what I was doing. Now, here's the thing. There is methodology to this, having a little bit of a schedule, and there are categories of content and ideas on what to do. So I put together this mini marketing course. I will link it for you down below if you are interested. And what I do is literally give you the guide of what you need, how to get started, ideas of what to do, because this is so important for everyone watching this video. So if you do want a deep dive, I got that for you. But moving on, my third best way to promote your music is going to be in recreating viral content. Now, hear me out on this. You see stuff that goes viral, and so you might want to jump on a trend, right? What was it a few years ago? We have like the ice bucket challenge, and there's just stuff that's trendy. But what I'm talking about is that stuff that has done well and gone viral. How can you evolve the idea? I'm not saying just to go and rip off someone else's idea that they did. I suppose you can do that, but I'm saying in adapting ideas to make them work for you. Kind of think of it like doing cover songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, cover songs don't necessarily work for everybody, right? If you create original music, you might even be resistant to the idea of doing cover songs, but it's having something that is viral. It's something that can appeal to a wider audience. And so it doesn't have to be your main type of content, but it's something that can just kind of juice the algorithm, get people to see you. So what I personally love to do if I'm on a certain social media platform, I will save different ideas and sounds and trends and things like that as I go through, because I go, you know what? Usually for me, it's adapting things into being a lawyer. I'll see someone doing something who's like a chiropractor. I'm like, oh, that's really funny. And so I save it and then I adapt it into, if a lawyer did this, what would the lawyer take on it be? So for you, as a musician, as a producer, as a record label owner, you can do the same thing. Number 4 on the best ways to promote your music. All right, we're all getting a little bit of whiplash on this whole TikTok thing, and at some point, maybe it goes away completely. And even if it doesn't, this is what you need to do. We have new platforms that are emerging, okay? What you have to do, and please, 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 this is so important, go and get the username that is your username on these platforms. So for example, Blue Sky. Whether you're using Blue Sky yet or not, you want to make sure to go take ownership of the username before someone else does. Because if we happen to have a platform that completely goes away, yikes, for those of us who have built up followings and all that, and this is why it sucks. This is why really my last tip is the most important one, okay? But up until that, while we are using social media and trying to build and do our thing, diversify, because certain platforms will just completely go away. And then also we don't want people using our usernames, and then we have to go and hire a lawyer to send them a letter. Here is number 5, and this truly is still my best method when it comes to really effectively promoting what you are doing with music. If you have found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I do all things music business. I'm here to help you. All right, so number 5 is audience harvesting. And this is a technique that is it's dangerously good. And it's worked so well for all of my releases and really all my different business types, but I'll use specifically what I've done related to music. So what we generally teach on this channel is learn to think like a record label, right? In that you can do everything for yourself, you can grow your stuff yourself. And a part of that is being able to sell your music or any of your products, like your t-shirts, directly to your fans. Cut out the middlemen altogether. And then you can make the most money. But in order to do that, you have to take control of your audience, meaning you're not just relying on Instagram anymore. And hopefully Instagram doesn't get deleted at some point. If you actually have emails for your fans, when you have a release come out, you can guarantee that you can send a direct email to your fan being like, hey, there's a new song out. Hey, there's a new music video out. It is so unbelievably powerful, regardless of the size of fandom that you have. If it is 100 people, it is still deadly good. So this is what you're gonna do. Audience harvesting, the goal is to collect contact information. Now, obviously you could do phone numbers, right? There's different apps that you can sign up, so you can send text messages to your fans and stuff like that. For me, I love emails. It's a little less invasive. So I use Aweber. MailChimp is another one that I honestly would like to switch to. But anyway, just find a platform where you can put all the email addresses so you can send an email to everybody. And most of these platforms have a free tier, so you don't have to pay anything for at least a time. So then what you do to get the emails is you go live. All right, so let's use, again, Instagram as the example. You go live on Instagram and you want to do this leading up to the release of your song. Not when the song's released, not when it's the day before, but truly hey, in a week, the song's coming. 2 weeks, the song is coming. And you get on the live stream to, 1, notify your audience, but 2, you give a call to action. You sit on that live stream for an hour, and we're going to do it just this way, right? On the live stream, you see people's usernames when they pop in. John2553 just joined your live stream. You go, hey John, how you doing? John, I have my new, I guess my last song, it's Say To Me, so let's pretend Say To Me was coming out. John, Say To Me is about to drop in 2 weeks. You can actually get the song directly on my website, John, but I want your email. Go click this link. It's pinned right now in my thing. Like, you tell them where to go. It's in your bio. You can pin it in the live stream, like put it somewhere so they can get it, right? So John, I want you to go to the link in my bio, go sign up on my email list, come back here, and I'm gonna shout you out. So you give them a little bit of a prize, and it's something that literally, like, I'm gonna tip I literally wore a hat one time. I'm gonna tip my hat to you. I'm going to take a swig of my sparkling water. But the shout out seems to be one of the strongest, and you should have your email list literally open as this is happening. And so when people do sign up, or John comes back and John's like, yeah, I just went and subscribed, you're like, thank you, John, giving you some love. And you make it an actual experience with people who follow you. And I promise this is so good, and it really, really works. So for example, having a pretty small and not so engaged following, because I took a break from music to build my YouTube channel, to build my law firm and all that, I still did this, and it was this effective, and that I had hundreds of people sign up, because you don't just do this one time, all right? Over the one time, you might get like 50 people to sign up. That's amazing. It is really hard to get people to sign up on email lists. But then you do it again, and you go, well, now it's 1 week before the release, and you do something new, right? This time I'm going to, if you're playful, you might say I'm going to give you kisses. If you're a more serious person, whatever, I'm going to like play something. If you're a producer, I'm going to play something on my keys for Peter, who just signed up, or Patricia. So you literally harvest in real time, and this has been so effective that we did this something like 4 or 5 times, and it wasn't even enough. Truly, you should do it even more than that. But we did this about 4 or 5 times. Some of it was like, hey, get on the email list. At other times we had a music video coming out, and so it's like, hey, go subscribe, we have the video coming out. If you can do this, give them a prize. If you guys go sign up, I'm going to give you early access. It have a little bit of a benefit. I'm going to give you early access to watch my video before everyone can, to listen to the song before everyone can. And you know what? I haven't even tried this, but I promise it would be effective. Give away an Amazon gift card. I'm going to give a $100 gift card to someone at random for everyone who signs up tonight on my email list. I'm going to try that. That's a great idea. So audience harvesting is really powerful, because you can, not only can you get these people to sign up on your email list, but once they're there, you can continue to resell, to re-communicate with them, and you're not reliant anymore on an algorithm, on social media. Now, I promised you a couple pro tips, rapid fires. So one, recycle the video content that has performed well for you, okay? So if you have a video of your cute little cat doing something, what you should do is literally put your song to that video. If that video has gone viral, you change the audio. So I did this actually it was Say To Me. So for Say To Me, what I did is I just grabbed all the videos that had gone mini viral, and I took the exact same video and I recut it with a new audio. Boom. I had like 7 to 10 new pieces of content that had already gone viral to then repost to promote my new song. Also, recycle what already works. So just meaning, we love the same songs that we have on our playlist from, when we were teens, right? You listen to the same songs over and over and over. And so fans who really love some of your content that has gone, let's say, viral, or just fan favorite content, repost it. Every couple of weeks, every couple of months, just repost it, because it's like listening to, again, that hit song that you just love when you see the hit video, the social media content, again, it's going to feel so good to the fan who loved it the first time around. Another pro tip, if it doesn't do well and it flops, don't be embarrassed. If it flops and it has no views on it, that means no one saw it. So you really shouldn't be embarrassed, because, well, no one saw it. And then this is kind of mental shift that even I have continued to be working on, which is, who cares? Just post. When it comes to posting, for example, on stories on Instagram, a lot of us have no problem posting on up something, because we're like, it's gonna disappear, it's no big deal. And then we'll have like way more people see our stories. But again, we are like, we don't put so much pressure on it. So I go, please be in the mindset of, with the content that you make, pretend it's for your stories. Have that ease of literally just doing it and posting it. And that's why I say really focusing on one platform to have that ease of output. So maybe you don't have to sit there and schedule and make sure it goes on all the platforms. I really would rather that you highly invest in one platform, in that you get yourself to start posting more about your journey. What are you doing? Being in the moment. And then another pro tip is that reels and videos, it's still not going to compare to carousels specifically on Instagram. So meaning you can post now even more than 10 pictures. I think the most I posted was 20. I posted up to 20 pictures, which was cool. Make sure the first picture is as strong as possible, right? Whatever that means for you and whatever your brand is, you know what people like. It's usually something that includes your face. P.S. First picture in the carousel, make it as strong as possible, and then have as many pictures as you can post to show more depth, to then go into kind of your personality stuff. Maybe you're kind of making a goofy face. You're taking a picture of your food that night. It could be kind of a phone dump over a day or over a week. The reason why this works really well is because with carousels, it will show your same post to the same person who already saw it, but it shows the second picture the next time. And then it shows the third picture the next time. So it continues to re-serve the same post to your audience, which increases engagement. All right, so this is the link that you have down in the description, but this is the marketing page, and I just want to show you, I just want to make this accessible to literally as many people as possible, and my hope is that we massively over-deliver the 150 that you invest. But look, this is what you're going to get. It is literally a marketing schedule. It's what to post, when to post it. I teach you about the audience harvesting in more detail, and I'm actually going through and showing you the content that I create so that you can get inspired to do what you need to do to grow your own brand this year. Let's get to work. Thanks for watching. I'm Top Music Attorney.